You have cared for enough people today. For these hours, the care comes back to you. You do not need to earn that care by explaining how much you gave. You do not need to prove that you are worn down enough to deserve a quieter place. No one is asking you for one more answer. No one is reaching for the strength in your voice. No one needs you to keep the room steady. The work of tending is no longer yours for now. You have spent so much of the day looking outward. You noticed what others needed before they said it. You remembered the small detail that might have been forgotten. You watched the mood in the room. You chose words carefully. You carried questions that were not yours, and you tried to leave people lighter than you found them. Even when no one thanked you, some part of you stayed alert, ready to help, ready to smooth, ready to manage what might go wrong. Now that part of you can step back. You are not abandoning anyone by becoming quiet. You are not failing the people you love by closing your eyes. You are not less dependable because your body has reached the edge of what it can give today. The world can continue for a while without your hands on every small thing. This is your turn to be tended, not because you broke, not because you fell short, because you have been the one who kept showing up. The care that comes to you now is not a reward placed at the end of perfect effort. It is not a prize for finishing every task. It is not something you must qualify for by being useful, pleasant, patient, or strong. It comes because you are human, because your breath has been moving all day, because your heart has answered so many quiet calls, because there is a limit to how long anyone can keep giving without being received. You may have become so used to being needed that being cared for feels unfamiliar. You may feel a small pull inside, and as though you should check one more thing, a message, a door, a plan, a person who might still be disappointed. You may hear the old habit telling you to stay awake a little longer, to think through tomorrow, to replay what happened, to prepare for every possible need before it arrives. That habit was trying to protect what matters to you. It learned that love means staying ready. It learned that responsibility means thinking ahead. It learned that safety comes from not being caught unprepared. There is no shame in that. Still, readiness has a closing time. Your caring nature does not disappear when you stop moving. Your love does not become smaller when you set down the role of helper. Your goodness does not depend on constant effort. The people who truly love you do not need you to vanish into exhaustion for them. For a while, nothing is required from you except being here. The room can be as it is. The day can be as it was. The things that did not get finished can remain unfinished without becoming accusations. The words you did not say can stay unsaid. The answers you do not yet have can wait outside these hours. You are not on duty now. Let that sentence reach the places in you that still expect a request. For now, your duty has ended. Your jaw does not have to stay ready with an answer. Your shoulders do not have to remain lifted as if someone may call your name. Your hands do not have to hold the shape of the day. Your mind does not have to prepare for every part of tomorrow before it comes. You can be the one who receives. You can let care move toward you without turning it into another task. You can be quiet without fixing the quiet. You can be still without judging the stillness. You can lie here without using these moments to improve yourself. There is nothing to perform. There is no right expression on your face. There is no correct way to become calm. There is only this gradual return from outward attention to your own inner life. All day you may have worn a face that said, "I can handle it." Perhaps you answered with steadiness even when you wanted to close your eyes. Perhaps you spoke kindly while your thoughts were crowded. Perhaps you kept your voice even so no one else would worry. You may have nodded, agreed, organized, listened, explained, reassured, remembered, and continued. People often see the answer you give. They do not always see what it cost you to form it. They may see the meal, the reply, the finished work, the kept promise, the clean surface, the solved problem, the calm tone. They may not see the sigh you postponed. They may not see the moment you stood alone and gathered yourself before returning. They may not see the sharp edge of fatigue behind your eyes. They may not know how many times you placed your own need at the end of the line because someone else's need seemed more urgent. You knew how to keep going. That does not mean the going was easy. You knew how to be kind. That does not mean nothing hurt. You knew how to carry your heart. That does not mean it was light. There were likely moments when you gave from a place that was already low. You answered because silence might have been misunderstood. You stayed because leaving felt selfish. You helped because watching someone struggle was harder than adding more to yourself. You held your reaction because you did not want to make the moment heavier. You delayed your hunger, your bathroom break, your water, your own thought, your own tears, your own need for a few minutes without being asked anything. These choices can look small from the outside. Inside the body, they collect. 100 tiny acts of self-postponement can become one deep heaviness by night. Not a dramatic heaviness, not always one you can explain. It can appear as a blank feeling when someone asks what is wrong. It can sound like, "I am fine," because finding the true words would take more strength than you have left. You may not even know which part of the day was hardest. Sometimes it was not one event. Sometimes it was the steady demand to remain available. The repeated turning away from yourself, the constant reading of other people, the effort of staying reasonable, the effort of not reacting too quickly, the effort of caring about outcomes you could not control, the effort of doing ordinary things while carrying private concerns, the effort of appearing normal when your inner world needed quiet. That kind of giving can be invisible even to you. You may look back and think, "I did not do enough to be this worn out." Please do not use the size of your task list to measure the truth of your body. A day does not have to look difficult to have asked a great deal from you. A conversation can take energy. Uncertainty can take energy. Waiting can take energy. Being polite can take energy. Holding back anger can take energy. Keeping hope alive can take energy. Making one decision after another can take energy. Trying not to burden anyone can take energy. Remembering what everyone else needs can take energy. Living through a day while your heart is worried can take more than anyone sees. You do not have to prove your exhaustion. It is information. It tells you that you have reached a place where more effort will not make you better. More thinking will not make the past clearer. More vigilance will not protect tomorrow from being tomorrow. The body knows when its energy has gone low. You may feel it in the way your eyes want to close before your mind agrees, in the way your legs feel farther from you than usual, in the way a simple question can sound too large, in the way your patience becomes thin, not because you are unkind, but because you have used so much of it already. You may have judged yourself for that thinness. You may have wished you were more cheerful, more grateful, more present, more generous at the end of the day. You may have noticed your shorter answer, your distant look, your wish to be left alone, and wondered where the loving version of you went. That loving person is still here. They are depleted, not gone. Care did not leave you. Capacity became smaller. There is a difference. When you have given all day, the answer is not to scold yourself for having less left. The answer is to stop asking for more output. The answer is to give yourself time to receive again. This is a plain truth. Giving has a cost, and receiving is part of staying whole. You have probably been praised for how much you can manage, for being the reliable one, for staying composed, for knowing what to do, for carrying what others avoid. Praise can feel warm, and it can also make your limits harder to show. Once people know you can bear a great deal, they may forget to ask whether you should have to. Once you become known as the strong one, your ordinary human limits may surprise them. You may even begin hiding those limits from yourself. You may tell yourself that other people have it harder. You may say, this is not the right time to slow down. You may believe you should be able to handle what you have handled before. You may compare today's strength to a version of you who had more support, more certainty, more energy, fewer losses, or fewer demands. That comparison is not kind. You are not living yesterday with yesterday's resources. You are living this day with what was available in you when morning came. Some mornings begin with a full heart. Some begin after broken sleep. Some begin while grief is still near. Some begin with worry already in the room. Some begin with a list that was too long before your feet touched the floor. Some begin with the knowledge that you will have to be brave in ways no one will applaud. You met the day from where you were. That is the only place anyone can meet it. You do not have to grade the way you survived these hours. You do not have to revisit every conversation and search for a better version of yourself. You do not have to examine each choice harshly and ask whether you were good enough. You do not have to turn your own life into an examination you can never finish. There were moments you handled well. There were moments you wish had gone differently. Both can be true without keeping you awake. You were a person inside the day, not a machine moving through it. You had needs while meeting needs. You had feelings while making decisions. You had limits while trying to love people well. No one does that perfectly. Perfection is not the measure of a caring life. Return is. The way you return to honesty. The way you return to your breath. The way you return to kindness after strain. The way you return to yourself after being pulled in many directions. That return can begin here, not through force, not through a command to relax, not through pretending everything is fine. It begins by telling the truth without making the truth frightening. The truth is that you have had enough for one day. The truth is that your body is asking for less. The truth is that the part of you who keeps watch is weary. The truth is that you deserve care before you become completely empty. You do not have to reach collapse before receiving comfort. You do not have to cry for anyone to believe you. You do not have to explain every ache. You do not have to say the perfect words. You can let the need itself be enough. There may be no one beside you right now. There may be people nearby who do not know how much you carry. There may be someone who loves you and still cannot reach the exact place that hurts. There may be a loneliness in being the person others depend on. That loneliness is real. It does not mean you are unloved. It means some burdens are difficult to show while you are still busy bearing them. Here, you do not need to make them visible one by one. You can let the whole day be acknowledged without describing every part. You can say inwardly, "It was a lot." You can let that be complete. It was a lot. It asked for more patience than you expected. It brought feelings you had no time to sort. It required you to continue while part of you wanted to stop. It placed ordinary tasks beside private pain and expected you to do both. It left you with thoughts that are still moving even though you are lying down. It was a lot. No defense is needed. No comparison is needed. No one else's harder day can cancel the weight of yours. Compassion is not a limited supply that must be saved for the person who suffered most. There is room for your weariness too. There is room for the ache that has no dramatic name. There is room for the disappointment you minimized. There is room for the frustration you swallowed. There is room for the fear you kept quiet so others could feel safe. All of you can be included here. The part that stayed patient, the part that became irritated, the part that gave freely, the part that wanted something back, the part that was generous, the part that felt overlooked. the part that kept believing, the part that nearly gave up. You do not have to choose which version deserves tenderness. They all do, especially the one you are tempted to hide, the one who was not graceful, the one who felt resentful, the one who did not want to help, the one who wanted to turn off the phone, close the door, disappear from every request, and be unreachable for a while. That part is not cruel. That part is asking for space. A person can love deeply and still want no one to need them for a few hours. A person can be devoted and still reach a limit. A person can be grateful and still be overwhelmed. A person can have a good life and still need relief. These truths do not cancel one another. They make room for honesty. You may be used to translating your own need into something more acceptable. Instead of saying, "I cannot do more," you say, "I am just a little buzz." Sigh. Instead of saying, "I need help," you say, "It is okay, I will manage." Instead of saying, "I am hurt," you say, "I understand." Instead of saying, "Please take care of me too," you become even more useful. That pattern may have helped you belong. It may have helped you avoid conflict. It may have protected you from disappointment when others did not respond. It may have become so familiar that your own need now reaches you as heaviness rather than words. You do not have to change the whole pattern tonight. You do not have to solve your history before closing your eyes. You only need one small beginning. Let your need exist without immediately turning it into a plan. Let the weariness be present without calling it weakness. Let the wish for care remain a wish, even if you do not know who can meet it tomorrow. For now, the roles can reverse inside you. The part that gives can become quiet. The part that receives can come forward. The part that has been brave can stop proving it. The part that has waited all day can finally be answered. You are being listened to now, not for the usefulness of what you say, not for the lesson in your pain, not for the way your story might help someone else. You are being listened to because your inner life matters. The ache behind your ribs matters. The heaviness behind your eyes matters. The thoughts you cannot organize matter. The care you gave matters. The care you need matters. You do not need to become smaller to make that need easier for someone else. You do not need to apologize for arriving at the end of your strength. There is dignity in knowing when you have given enough. There is wisdom in no longer forcing what has gone quiet. There is courage in letting yourself be the one who leans. You have spent enough hours being the steady place for others. For these moments, steadiness can come toward you. It can meet you without questions. It can remain even if you are unable to respond. It can stay close while your thoughts lose their grip. It can ask nothing of you. You are not required to hold the care that comes. You can let it hold you. If that feels difficult, you can begin with something smaller. You can stop pushing it away. You can say, I do not know how to receive, but I am willing not to refuse. That is enough. Willingness can be very quiet. It does not need a strong feeling. It does not need faith. It does not need a clear image. It can be no more than one less argument with your own need, one less demand that you be stronger, one less reason you should stay awake, one less attempt to solve what cannot be solved at this hour. The day may still feel close. Its voices may still move through your mind. A face may return. A sentence may repeat. A choice may ask to be reconsidered. You do not have to chase those thoughts away. They are only signs that you were engaged with your life. A busy mind at the end of a demanding day is not a personal failure. It is a mind that has not yet learned the work is over. It may need time. It may need repetition. It may need the same kind message more than once. Nothing needs your answer now. No decision is waiting for you in this moment. The unanswered parts can remain unanswered. Let those words stand beside the thoughts rather than fight them. The thoughts can move. The message can remain. You are off duty. You are not being graded. You are not late to your own peace. The body may begin to believe this before the mind does. That is all right. Your breathing may change by one small degree. Your fingers may loosen without instruction. Your forehead may release one narrow line of effort. Or nothing may change yet. You are still welcome here. Comfort is not dependent on immediate calm. Care does not withdraw because you are restless. No one is disappointed in you for needing time. You can arrive slowly. You can arrive exactly as you are. You can arrive with a racing mind, a heavy chest, an unsettled stomach, a sore back, an aching heart, or a blankness that has no clear name. Every form of you is received. There is no better version required. The one who made mistakes is received. The one who did their best is received. The one who is unsure is received. The one who is worn thin is received. The one who still feels responsible is received. The one who longs to stop is received. This is your turn. Not your turn to explain. Not your turn to serve. Not your turn to plan. Your turn to be cared for. Your turn to let the night ask nothing. Your turn to stop standing inside every problem. Your turn to trust that a few unanswered hours will not destroy what matters. Your turn to return to the body that carried you through the day. Before anything else, let one truth be near. You are not failing because you cannot keep giving. You are reaching the natural end of today's strength. That end is not a wall you must break through. It is a place to stop. It is a place to be met. It is a place where care can finally reach you without having to compete with everything else. You have done enough for now. You have answered enough. You have held enough. You have tried enough. You have been strong enough. Let the words become quieter as they reach you. Enough for now. The giving can stop here. Enough. The next part does not belong to effort. it belongs to being carried. Nothing about this weariness makes you defective. It does not mean you have lost your strength. It does not mean you have become less loving, less capable, or less worthy of trust. It does not reveal some hidden failure in your character. It means that a real body and a real mind have reached the natural limit of what they could carry through one day. There is no fault here. There is only a person who has spent energy. A person who has responded, adjusted, remembered, endured, decided, and cared. A person whose inner resources are not endless. You may have learned to treat exhaustion as evidence against yourself. When your energy fades, you may search for a reason to blame. You may wonder why you cannot continue with the same ease you once had. You may call yourself lazy when you are depleted. You may call yourself unmotivated when you are overwhelmed. You may call yourself difficult when your nerves have received too much. You may call yourself weak when what you truly need is relief. Those names do not tell the truth. The truth is quieter and kinder. You have been using what you had. You have reached the hour when less is available. That is not a moral problem. Energy rises and falls. Attention has limits. Patience can become thin. The ability to make decisions can weaken after too many choices. Even love can feel harder to express when the person giving it has not had enough time to return to themselves. None of this makes your love false. None of it makes your effort meaningless. You are still you when your eyes are heavy. You are still you when you do not feel inspiring. You are still you when you have no wise answer. You are still you when the kindest thing you can offer is silence. There may be a voice inside that believes you should be able to overcome every limit through discipline. It may say that other people keep going, so you should too. It may point to unfinished work, unanswered messages, or responsibilities waiting for morning. It may try to create urgency where there is only incompletion. That voice may have helped you survive demanding seasons. It may have pushed you through moments when stopping was not possible. You do not have to hate it. You can understand why it became so strong. Still, it does not need to lead you now. The night does not need your harshest voice. It needs your most honest one. Your honest voice says, I have reached my limit. Your honest voice says, I need less. Your honest voice says, this can wait. Your honest voice says, I do not have to injure myself with judgment because I am weary. You may not be used to speaking inwardly that way. Perhaps criticism once seemed more useful than kindness. Criticism promised to keep you productive. It promised to prevent mistakes. It promised to make you acceptable. It may have felt like a firm hand keeping your life from falling apart. But criticism cannot create energy that is no longer there. It can only make depletion feel lonely. It can keep the muscles tense after the work has ended. It can turn ordinary human limitation into a private trial. It can make you lie in the dark, defending yourself against your own thoughts. You do not need a trial now. You need a true diagnosis of this moment. You have spent yourself. You are tired. That is all. No hidden accusation is required. No long explanation is required. You do not have to examine your entire life because you had a difficult day. You do not have to decide that everything is wrong because your emotions are close to the surface. You do not have to make permanent conclusions while your inner resources are low. Fatigue can make small concerns appear enormous. It can make uncertainty feel dangerous. It can make one awkward conversation seem like the end of a relationship. It can make one unfinished task feel like proof that you will never catch up. It can make one mistake appear to describe your whole identity. You do not have to believe every conclusion that arrives at the end of a long day. Some thoughts are not messages. They are signs that the mind has worked enough. You can hear them without obeying them. You can say, "This thought feels convincing because I am worn down." You can say, "I will not make a final decision from this condition." You can say, "Mourning may show me something different." This is not avoidance. It is wisdom. A depleted mind deserves the same consideration you would offer someone you love. You would not ask them to make their hardest decision while barely able to keep their eyes open. You would not demand that they solve every emotional question before lying down. You would not insist that they become cheerful before receiving care. Offer yourself that same fairness. You can leave the question open. You can let the feeling remain unfinished. You can postpone the verdict. The mind often wants completion because completion feels safe. It wants the conversation resolved, the future known, the problem named, the meaning understood. It searches for certainty long after certainty has stopped being available. You do not have to produce certainty in the dark. You can live beside an unanswered question for a few hours. You can let tomorrow contain information you do not yet have. You can let the people involved have their own thoughts without trying to manage them from your bed. You can accept that some matters will still exist when the sun rises. They do not need to disappear for you to become quiet. You are not responsible for finishing life before you sleep. You are only being asked to stop participating in it for a while. A few hours of inward silence do not undo your responsibility. They help you return to it with more of yourself available. They give the mind a chance to sort what cannot be sorted through force. They give the body a chance to redirect energy away from outward demands. This is one reason the wish to lie down becomes so strong. Your system is not betraying you. It is asking for the conditions it needs. When your eyes become heavy, the body is not making you inconvenient. When your thoughts lose sharpness, the mind is not becoming useless. When you long to withdraw from conversation, your heart is not turning cold. These changes can be signs that the day's capacity has been used. The wise answer is not always to push harder. Sometimes the wise answer is to stop adding weight. There are many reasons a person may feel exhausted: stress, grief, poor sleep, illness, pain, emotional strain, demanding work, caregiving, loneliness, and long periods without enough support can all affect the way a day is carried. You do not need to determine the entire cause in this moment, yet you deserve honesty about care. Quiet and adequate sleep can support the body's recovery and emotional balance, but they are not medical treatment. Ongoing exhaustion, burnout, or low mood also deserves real support and professional care, especially when it continues, deepens, or makes daily life hard to manage. Reaching for that support is not an admission of weakness. It is another form of tending. It is a way of saying that your life matters enough to receive more than endurance. You do not have to decide anything about that now. The thought can remain available for another hour, another conversation, another day. For this moment, it is enough to know that you are not required to handle everything alone. There is a difference between being strong and being unsupported. You may have confused the two. You may have become skilled at functioning without enough help. You may have learned to make your struggle invisible because visible struggle once brought judgment, worry, or unwanted advice. You may have discovered that people praised your independence more quickly than they responded to your need. That experience can teach the heart to keep carrying. It can make receiving feel risky. It can create the belief that asking will only add disappointment to an already difficult moment. If that belief is present, it deserves understanding. You do not have to argue with it. You only need to know that needing care is not the same as being incapable. Support does not erase your strength. It makes strength less lonely. Even the most capable person benefits from a place where they do not have to perform capability. Even the one who knows what to do benefits from being asked how they truly are. Even the one who carries others needs moments when someone else remembers the details. Your need does not reduce you. It reveals that you belong to the human family. Everyone has a point where the body says enough. Everyone has moments when emotion becomes larger than language. Everyone has seasons when ordinary demands require unusual courage. You are not separate from humanity because you have reached such a point. You are part of it. You may feel disappointed that you need more time than you expected. You may believe you should have recovered from something already. A loss, a change, a stressful season, a betrayal, an illness, a period of uncertainty, a responsibility that lasted longer than anyone understood. The body does not follow deadlines made by impatience. The heart does not complete its work because a calendar page turned. You cannot shame yourself into becoming renewed. You cannot compare your way into ease. You can outforce your nervous system to trust by telling it that it should have trusted sooner. What is strained often responds better to steadiness than pressure. It responds to repeated moments of enoughness. Enough food, enough water, enough quiet, enough truth, enough support. enough time without being watched or measured, enough chances to discover that the immediate danger has passed. Your inner world may need more of these moments than you think it should. That is all right. The amount you need is not a character flaw. You are not taking too long. You are moving at the speed available to you. There may be days when you feel more like yourself and days when you feel far away. There may be mornings when energy returns and evenings when it disappears again. Progress is not always a straight movement. Recovery can be uneven. A better day does not mean you imagined the hard ones. A difficult day does not erase the steps you have already taken. You are permitted to be a changing person. You do not have to provide the same amount every day. You do not have to wake with yesterday's capacity. You do not have to remain consistent in order to be sincere. Your body is always responding to more than the visible schedule. It responds to how secure you feel. It responds to whether you are grieving. It responds to conflict, noise, uncertainty, pain, hunger, and the strain of pretending to be fine. It remembers days when you had to stay alert. It can continue that alertness even after the immediate reason has passed. This is why lying down does not always bring instant calm. The body may still be waiting for proof that no one needs you. It may still be listening for a voice, a message, a movement, a change. It may still be preparing for the next request, because requests arrived so often. You do not have to be frustrated with it. It learned through repetition. It can learn through repetition again. It can learn that darkness does not always mean worry. It can learn that a quiet room does not always contain a problem. It can learn that closing your eyes does not mean losing control. It can learn that there are hours when nothing is expected, that learning may be slow. Slow learning is still learning. Every time you lie down without punishing yourself, you offer new information. Every time you leave one task unfinished and discover that life continues, you offer new information. Every time you stop before collapse, ask for help, or choose not to answer immediately, you offer new information. You are showing the body that limits can be honored. You are showing the mind that uncertainty can be survived. You are showing the heart that care does not have to be earned through suffering. This kind of change often happens quietly. No dramatic feeling may arrive. You may not wake tomorrow as a different person. Yet something small can become less defended. One muscle can spend fewer minutes braced. One thought can lose its authority. One need can become easier to name. One boundary can begin to feel possible. You do not have to witness the work for it to matter. Much of what restores you happens outside conscious effort. The body performs countless tasks while you are unaware of them. During sleep, many systems follow rhythms that support repair, immune function, memory, and emotional regulation. The brain continues organizing information. Experiences are processed. Learning is strengthened. The body adjusts hormones and directs energy toward maintenance. This does not mean one night fixes every burden. It means that stillness is not empty. You are not doing nothing when you lie here. You are giving natural processes room to continue. The mind that could not solve a problem through repeated thinking may form new connections after stepping away. The emotion that felt unbearable at midnight may feel more workable after several hours. The body that seemed to have no more strength may return with a little more capacity. Not always enough for everything. Enough for the next part. That is often how renewal arrives. Not as endless energy, as the ability to take one step, to answer one question, to make one meal, to speak one honest sentence, to begin again without demanding that the whole road be completed at once. You have probably asked yourself to begin again many times without first receiving what beginning requires. You may have expected motivation without nourishment, patience without space, clarity without quiet, and courage without support. You cannot keep drawing from an empty place. The answer is not to become angry with the emptiness. The answer is to let something return. The night knows how to make returning possible. It darkens the room. It reduces the number of choices. It invites the eyes to close. It changes the pace of breathing. It takes the active world farther away, even when the mind continues to replay it. Your body recognizes these conditions. It has known this rhythm longer than your habits of overwork, longer than your lists, longer than your fear of falling behind. There is ancient knowledge in the way the eyelids lower, the way the limbs seek support, the way the voice becomes quieter near the end of a long day. You do not have to command that knowledge. You can stop interrupting it. You can give it a little room. You can say, I do not need to understand every process taking place within me. You can say, I trust my body to do what it knows. You can say, I will not measure this hour by productivity. The work of renewal is not improved by your supervision. You do not need to watch yourself fall asleep. You do not need to check whether you are calm enough. You do not need to count how many minutes have passed and decide you are doing it badly. Concern about sleep can become another job. You can resign from that job too. Your task is not to make unconsciousness happen. Your task is to remain available to quiet. If thoughts come, you remain lying down. If emotion rises, you remain kind. If the body shifts, you make room. If calm arrives slowly, you do not accuse it. There is no failing in a night that takes time. The hours are still supporting you. Darkness can still reduce stimulation. Lying down can still remove the demand of carrying your own weight upright. Closing your eyes can still give them relief from constant input. A slower breath can still tell the body that the demand has changed. Even before sleep comes, you are doing less than you were, less seeing, less responding, less choosing, less managing, less holding yourself in the shape required by the day. That reduction matters. You do not need perfect conditions for it to matter. The room may not be silent. Your body may not be completely comfortable. Someone you love may still be awake. A concern may still be unresolved. Peace does not require the disappearance of every difficulty. It can begin as a smaller demand placed upon you. One less thing to carry is already a kindness. One less answer is already relief. One less hour of forcing is already care. There may be a part of you that fears stopping because stopping brings feelings closer. During the day, activity can keep sorrow at a distance. Tasks can narrow attention. Other people's needs can prevent you from hearing your own. Then the room becomes quiet, and what was delayed begins to return. A memory, a longing, a sadness you could not express earlier, an anger you are afraid to admit. You do not have to process all of it now. The feeling can sit nearby without becoming your assignment. You can acknowledge it in one sentence. I know you are here. Then no more is required. You are not refusing the feeling. You are refusing to force a complete conversation at an hour when you need care. Feelings do not always need analysis. Sometimes they need a body that is no longer rushing. Sometimes they need warmth, darkness, and time. Sometimes they become less sharp when they are not questioned. You can let the feeling exist without turning it into a prediction. Sadness does not mean tomorrow will be sad. Fear does not mean danger is coming. Loneliness does not mean you will always be alone. Anger does not mean you are unloving. Numbness does not mean you are empty. These are experiences moving through a person whose resources are low. They are not final definitions. You are larger than the state you are in. The self beneath this day has not disappeared. The calm you have known before still belongs to you, even when you cannot feel it. The strength that carried you here is not gone because it has become quiet. Quiet strength is still strength. A tree does not prove its life by producing fruit every day. You do not prove yours by constant output. You have seasons. You have inward times. You have moments when growth is not visible. Your worth remains unchanged through all of them. You do not become less valuable when you are not producing. You do not become less lovable when you cannot offer encouragement. You do not become a burden because you need patience. The world may have taught you to admire usefulness more than being. You can release that lesson for these hours. You are not an instrument. You are a life. A life deserves care even when it is not accomplishing anything. A life deserves warmth because it is alive. A life deserves time to recover from what it has carried. Nothing about this needs to be dramatic. You do not need to declare a new beginning. You do not need to promise that tomorrow will be different. You do not need to become inspired. The deepest care is sometimes ordinary. You turn away from the screen. You let one message remain unanswered. You settle your head where it is supported. You stop asking your thoughts to perform. You let the body become heavy. You accept that the day has taken enough. These ordinary acts can form a place where energy returns, not through force, not all at once, a little at a time. The heart rate changes. The breath finds its own depth. Muscles that were ready for action begin to understand that action is no longer required. The mind moves through memories, fragments, images, and dreams. The body tends to itself without needing praise. This is the quiet labor of the night. You do not have to assist it. You only have to stop preventing it with one more demand. No more demand to be cheerful. No more demand to understand. No more demand to forgive before you are ready. No more demand to decide. No more demand to improve this moment. You can be unfinished and still receive renewal. You can be uncertain and still close your eyes. You can be upset and still be safe enough to lie here. You can carry a question into the night without carrying it consciously through every minute. The mind can set it down even if it picks it up again later. That is not failure. Setting something down for 10 breaths matters. Setting it down for 1 minute matters. A small interval without effort is still an interval without effort. The body receives it. The mind receives it. You may not feel the benefit immediately. Not everything helpful announces itself. Water does not need applause to nourish you. Darkness does not need recognition to reduce what the eyes must process. A supported spine does not need your awareness to experience less demand. The processes within you do not need your belief in order to continue. You can doubt and still be supported. You can feel restless and still be recovering. You can remain awake for a while and still be doing less. Let that remove one more pressure. You are not racing toward sleep. There is nowhere to win. There is no perfect moment when you cross from effort into ease. There is only a gradual fade-in, G of the day's grip. A thought loses its sharp edge. A sound becomes less important. A part of the body grows heavier. Another part follows later. You may move back and forth, closer to quiet, then farther away, then closer again. This is natural. The nervous system does not travel in a straight line. It checks, it listens, it remembers. Then, when it has enough evidence, it yields a little more. You can offer that evidence through steadiness. The same room, the same supported position, the same message that nothing is required. You do not have to repeat the message loudly. Your presence is already saying it. You stayed. You did not rise to complete another task. You did not turn one worried thought into an hour of planning. You remained here. That remaining is an act of trust, small trust, real trust. You may have thought trust must feel peaceful. Sometimes it feels like not getting up. Sometimes it feels like leaving the answer until morning. Sometimes it feels like letting the body become heavier even while the mind is unsure. You can trust in small ways, enough to stay, enough to receive, enough to stop pushing. The one who has spent the day caring does not need to carry themselves through every final step alone. You are nearing the part of the night where effort gives way to support. Nothing is being taken from you. You are not losing control. You are letting the weight move somewhere stronger. The body can become quiet. The mind can loosen its watch. The hours ahead can carry what you no longer need to carry consciously. You have brought yourself far enough. The remaining distance does not belong to your strength. There comes a point on a long road when the body no longer wants encouragement. It does not need to be told that the destination is near. It does not need another promise that the next turn will be easier. It does not need to hear that it has already come so far. At that point, the body is asking for something simpler. It is asking not to take the next step alone. The light has begun to lower. The day is no longer bright and demanding. Its edges are dimmer now. The road that seemed clear under the full light has become quieter beneath the evening sky. Shapes have softened. Distance is harder to measure. The world is still present, but it is no longer calling for the same sharp attention. You have been walking for a long time, longer than anyone beside you may have understood. There were places where the ground was easy, and places where every step asked more from you. There were moments when conversation helped the distance pass, and moments when you had to place one foot ahead of the other without knowing how much farther remained. You kept going, because going was what the day required. You kept going because people were counting on you. You kept going because stopping did not seem possible. Now your pace has changed. The steps are smaller. The space between them is longer. Your legs do not feel weak in some shameful way. They feel used. They have carried the full length of what was asked. They have answered every mile as well as they could. They have brought you through heat, noise, worry, waiting, and all the unseen strain of continuing when you wanted to be still. The road home remains. Yet you do not have to walk all of it. Someone stronger for this hour has come near. there is no speech, no question about why you did not stop sooner, no disappointment in how slowly you are moving. Only a back turned toward you in quiet understanding, strong shoulders, steady footing, a place close enough to lean toward. You do not have to explain that you have reached your limit. The way you stand already says it. The way your breath leaves you says it. The way your hands have fallen quiet says it. Nothing needs to be translated. The person before you already knows. They lower themselves so you do not have to climb. They come close to the ground. They make the distance between your weariness and their strength as small as possible. You are not asked to prove that you can still manage. You are not told to try one more time. You are not encouraged past the truth of your body. The help comes low enough to meet you where you are. This is what care can be. Not asking the exhausted person to rise higher before receiving it. Not turning support into another task. Not placing comfort just beyond the reach of someone who has no strength left to stretch. Care comes down. Care comes close. Care makes itself easy to receive. You may hesitate. The habit of carrying yourself can be strong. You may look at the remaining road and think you should finish it on your own. You may worry that your weight is too much. You may wonder whether leaning fully will make you difficult to bear. The strong back before you does not hurry your answer. It remains. There is no strain in the waiting. No sigh meant to make you feel guilty. No reminder of everything else that must still be done. Only steadiness. You can place one hand on a shoulder, then the other. You can test the support without giving all your weight at once. Nothing slips. Nothing withdraws. The ground beneath those feet remains firm. You can come closer. Your chest can meet the warmth of another body. Your arms can settle. Your knees can bend. Then, with one sure movement, you are lifted. The road does not disappear. Your weariness does not need to disappear either. What changes is who carries the weight. For the first time in many hours, your feet leave the ground. There is no next step to calculate, no stone to avoid, no need to judge how much distance remains. The strong back beneath you answers the road now. The body that had been preparing for one more effort receives a different message. You are up. You are supported. You do not have to walk. Your arms may hold on at first with more strength than necessary. The mind may still believe that if you loosen, you will fall. It may take a while before your hands understand that the shoulders beneath them are not going away. That is all right. You can hold tightly for as long as you need. Receiving care does not require instant trust. You may need to feel several steps. One, then another, the steady rise and fall beneath you, the sure placement of each foot, the absence of rushing, the road moving behind you even though you are no longer making it happen. Your body begins to learn. You are still going home. You are simply not carrying yourself there. Dusk deepens around the road. The air has cooled. The heat of the day is fading from the ground. There may be the faint sound of evening settling over familiar places, a distant door closing, the hush of fields after work, the muted rhythm of footsteps beneath you. Nothing is sharp. Nothing needs your response. Your cheek can come closer to the shoulder before you. The fabric there is warm from the day. It carries the ordinary scent of home, work, and open air. You do not have to speak. The person carrying you does not ask for conversation. They do not need you to stay awake to keep them company. They know where the road leads. They know each bend. They know where the ground dips. They know where to slow down. You do not need to guide. You do not need to warn. You do not need to watch for danger at every turn. Another set of eyes is open. Another body is choosing the path. Another strength is being used for your sake. Your own strength can become quiet. Perhaps the first release is small. The grip of one hand eases. Your fingers stop pressing so firmly into the shoulder beneath them. You discover that you remain secure. Then the other hand softens too. Your arms no longer feel like ropes keeping you from falling. They become only arms laid across someone who knows how to carry you. Your weight settles lower. Your knees rest more naturally at either side. Your forehead no longer stays lifted. The head that has held itself up through the entire day can lean. There is nothing dishonorable in that leaning. The road home does not judge the one being carried. The evening does not call it weakness. The strong back beneath you does not resent the trust. You are not a burden in this moment. You are a person who has walked far enough. There is a difference. A burden is something unwanted. You are wanted home. A burden is something carried with bitterness. You are carried with care. A burden is something a person wishes to put down. The arms supporting your legs remain firm. The steps beneath you remain willing. You can let that truth enter slowly. You are not too much. Your full weight can be known without being rejected. Your need can be visible without becoming a problem. Your exhaustion can change the way the journey continues without ending the journey. The road accepts a slower pace. The evening accepts fewer words. Home accepts your arrival in whatever condition you reach it. Nothing ahead requires you to appear strong at the door. You do not have to stand upright before being seen. You do not have to smooth your face. You do not have to say that the road was easy. You can arrive with your eyes closed. You can arrive half aware of the final distance. You can arrive carried. This may be hard for the part of you that has always wanted to enter every room looking capable. That part may believe dignity means never being seen in need. It may believe love is safest when you are the giver. It may believe closeness depends on being easy to depend upon. But here, your dignity is not lost. It is protected. No one makes a display of your weariness. No one announces that you could not continue. No one compares you to another traveler. The help is quiet. private, natural, as though being lifted was always one of the ways a person could come home. You do not have to turn your need into a lesson. You do not have to become grateful in a loud way. You do not have to promise to repay the care before receiving it. The person beneath you does not carry a ledger. They do not count the steps. They do not say, "Remember what I did." They continue because for this part of the road, their strength is available. You can receive without immediately planning how to give it back. You can let the gift remain a gift. The road moves beneath you in a slow rhythm. Lift, settle, lift, settle. Each step passes through the body, carrying you before it reaches yours. The unevenness of the ground is absorbed. The small stones do not meet your bare effort. The downward slopes are managed. The upward parts are taken without asking you to help. You feel movement, but you are not responsible for it. You are going somewhere, but you do not have to create the progress. The distance is closing without your labor. This is unfamiliar freedom. The day taught you that forward movement depended on your attention. Every task required a decision. Every request needed an answer. Every problem remained still until you touched it. This road is different now. It continues beneath a strength that is not yours. You can be moved towards safety without managing the movement. You can be brought closer without measuring how close. You can be cared for without supervising the care. The sky darkens another shade. The last colors of the day remain near the horizon, but they are fading. The brightness that kept everything visible is withdrawing. You no longer need to see the full road. A few steps are enough for the person carrying you. Then a few more. You do not need the whole way revealed. You do not need to know exactly when the doorway will appear. You can let home approach while your eyes rest. At first, you may close them only briefly. The darkness behind the eyelids may feel safer than the widening dusk around you. You hear the steps. You feel the steady support beneath your chest. You know you are still moving. Then you open your eyes again to check. The road is still there. The shoulders beneath your hands are still there. Nothing has been lost. So you close them once more, a little longer this time. The body does not enter trust through one grand decision. It enters through repeated proof, still carried, still moving, still safe enough for this step, still safe enough for the next. Your breathing begins to follow the motion beneath you, not because you force it, because rhythm invites rhythm. The rise of each step gently lifts you. The settling of each foot lowers you again. Your breath finds the same simple pattern. In, out, up, down. No counting is needed. No correction is needed. You are not practicing anything. You are being carried through a familiar evening, and your body is responding to the steadiness. Your thoughts may continue for a while. They may name what is unfinished. They may return to a face, a message, a worry. But the thoughts do not stop the road. They do not make the carrier turn around. They do not place your feet back on the ground. You can think and still be supported. You can worry and still be carried. You can feel uncertain and still move closer to home. This matters. You do not have to become peaceful before receiving care. Care can hold you while peace is still arriving. It can remain beneath the restless mind. It can bear the part of you that is not yet convinced. It can keep walking while your thoughts use the last of their energy. The mind may speak more slowly now. Its sentences may lose their endings. A concern may appear, then fade before it completes itself. An image may take its place, then a sound, then nothing for a moment. The half-sleep of the road begins. You are not fully awake. You are not yet beyond awareness. You rest in the middle. The world reaches you in fragments. A footstep, a breath, the faint change in air as the road passes beside a wall or under a branch, the warmth beneath your arms, the secure hold beneath your legs. You do not have to name every sensation. They can pass through you without becoming thoughts. The body understands what the mind no longer needs to explain. You are not alone on the road. You are not required to stay alert. You are going home. There may be moments when your head lifts because you think you have heard something. The person carrying you adjusts without complaint. Their shoulder meets you again. Their pace does not break. You can return. You can drift away and return many times. No, one says you have missed your chance. No one asks why you woke. No one becomes impatient with the movement of your body. Care makes room for your returning. It knows that a weary person may not surrender all at once. It knows that the one who has watched over others may keep listening even while being carried. It knows that trust can come in waves. So the steps remain even. No sudden rush, no demand to reach home faster. The road is traveled at the speed that lets your body release its watch. This is not wasted time. The slower pace is part of the care. A person who has been moving too quickly does not always need a shorter road. Sometimes they need to feel that no one is hurrying them along it. You are not late. The door will still be there. The place prepared for you will still be there. Nothing warm and welcoming is being withdrawn because you took too long. You can arrive after the light has faded. You can arrive without a story. You can arrive in silence. The road home is not a test of endurance anymore. It has become a passage in which endurance is no longer required. You may sense how much effort you were using only after you stop using it. The shoulders that felt ordinary may begin to ache as they lower. The hands that seemed calm may tremble slightly when they no longer need to grip. A sadness may rise when the body realizes it is finally being supported. This is not a sign that the care is failing. Sometimes relief opens the door to feelings that effort kept outside. You can let the feeling come. You do not have to sit upright. You do not have to explain. The back beneath you remains strong enough for tears too. Your face can rest against the shoulder. Your eyes can become warm. The breath can catch once, then continue. No one needs you to compose yourself before the next step. You are carried through the feeling, not away from it, through it. The road remains steady under both of you. The evening gathers around the path. The world grows quieter as you move farther from the places that asked so much of you. The voices of the day are behind you now. The rooms where you had to answer are behind you. The moments that demanded your attention have already happened. They cannot call you back into them. You are facing home. Even with your eyes closed, your whole body is being taken in that direction. You may not know exactly how many turns remain. It does not matter. The one carrying you knows. There is comfort in not knowing when someone trustworthy knows for you. The mind can stop marking progress. It can stop asking, "Are we there yet?" It can stop calculating whether enough has been done. It can stop looking back to see whether anything was dropped. Whatever belongs to the road can remain on the road until morning. You are bringing only yourself home. Not every conversation, not every expectation, not every unfinished duty, only yourself. The person carrying you does not ask you to bring proof of what you accomplished. They do not need the list. They do not need the explanations. They do not need the careful account of how you spent your energy. Your presence is enough to carry home. The rest can wait outside. This is a different kind of return. Not the return of the one who has completed everything. The return of the one who has been found before they had to go any farther alone. The return of the one whose limits were seen. The return of the one whose body was believed. The return of the one who did not have to collapse before someone said, "Climb on." You can be found before collapse. You can be helped before the last drop of strength is gone. You can accept support while one part of you still thinks it could continue. Care does not have to wait until emergency. It can meet ordinary depletion. It can respond to the quiet sentence, "I cannot take another step." That sentence is enough. The carrier does not need you unconscious before lifting you. They do not need you unable to speak. They respond when the truth is spoken. You are too weary to keep walking, so you are carried. Simple, without argument, without judgment. The road passes in half sleep. Moments disappear. You cannot remember every bend. You do not need to. Some parts of the journey can be crossed without being stored. Some distance can pass without effort becoming memory. You are permitted to lose track. You are permitted to drift. You are permitted not to know how the last part was managed. You do not have to be present for every inch of your return. The body carrying you remains present enough for both of you. Its balance answers each turn. Its arms adjust when your weight shifts. Its pace slows when your breathing deepens. You are not asked to participate. This is one of the rare hours when non-participation is not neglect. It is the proper response to being carried. You do not improve the journey by trying to walk from someone else's back. You do not make yourself lighter by remaining tense. You do not protect the carrier by refusing to lean. The most helpful thing you can do now is let your weight be real. Not more, not less. Real. The weight of your arms, the weight of your head, the weight of your whole day gathered into one human body. All of it can settle. The back beneath you does not ask you to become weightless. It only asks you to stop pretending you have no weight. You can release one more effort, the effort of making your needs small, the effort of staying ready to climb down, the effort of apologizing in advance, the effort of planning how soon you will be strong again. For now, you are being taken home. That is enough. The dusk has nearly become night. The road is familiar beneath the sure feet carrying you. Somewhere ahead is the place where our body no longer needs to travel. A place where the door can close behind you. A place where your weight can move from the strong back beneath you to the surface prepared to receive it. You do not need to search for that place. It is coming closer with every step. Your eyes can remain closed. Your hands can remain loose. Your cheek can remain where warmth meets you. The final distance is not yours. The next turn is not yours. The next rise in the road is not yours. The next careful step is not yours. You are still moving. You are still coming home. You are no longer doing the carrying. The road beneath you has become quieter. The remaining sounds are farther apart now. Each footstep seems to enter the evening and disappear there. The world that once demanded your attention has grown dim enough to release you from it. You do not need to know exactly where you are. You do not need to lift your head and search for the familiar doorway. The one carrying you already knows when to turn. They know where the road narrows. They know where the ground becomes smooth. They know how to take the final distance without waking the part of you that has begun to drift. Your body has stopped preparing for another mile. Your feet no longer expect the ground. Your legs no longer gather themselves for movement. The strong back beneath you has become the place where effort ends. You may still hear one thought telling you to help. It may suggest that you should hold yourself higher. It may tell you not to become too heavy. It may whisper that the person carrying you must be growing weary too. You do not have to answer that thought. The arms beneath you have not loosened. The pace has not become uncertain. The shoulders supporting you have not turned away. You can believe the evidence of this moment. You are still being carried. You do not need to protect the care from your full need. You do not need to reduce yourself so the care will remain. You can settle as deeply as your body wants. There is a tenderness in being carried after you have spent so long carrying yourself. At first, it may feel almost painful. Not because anything is wrong, but because the contrast is so great. The body remembers every moment when it had to continue without enough help. It remembers all the times it wanted to lean and found no place. It remembers how quickly it learned to stand again after disappointment. Now there is support beneath you, real enough to receive your weight, steady enough to remain through silence. The body may not know what to do with that immediately. It may tighten before it loosens. It may become more aware of soreness. It may reveal an ache that had been hidden beneath movement. This is not failure. When effort ends, sensation often returns. The body no longer has to hide its condition from you. You may feel the day in your lower back. You may feel it in the base of your neck. You may feel it behind your eyes or deep within your hands. You may feel a tiredness that seems to have no single location, as though the whole of you has been asking for this journey to end. You do not have to identify where every part began. Let the weariness be broad. Let it be unnamed. The one carrying you does not need a map of your discomfort. They only need to know that you cannot walk farther. And they already know. The path turns. You feel the change through the movement beneath you. The steps become slower, not from strain, but from care. The person carrying you is approaching the place where the road gives way to home. Your body recognizes something before the mind does. A familiar stillness, a change in the air, the sense of being near walls that have sheltered you before. You do not need to open your eyes. Home can know you even when you do not look at it. The final steps are taken without announcement. There is no celebration. No one asks you to stand for the last few feet. You are carried all the way. This matters. Care does not abandon you near the end because the destination is visible. It does not say, you can manage from here. It does not return the weight to you before you are ready. The arms beneath your legs remain. The back beneath your chest stays firm. The person carrying you crosses the final distance as though your limit deserves to be honored completely. You are not expected to finish the journey for the sake of appearances. You are brought through the doorway. The sounds change. The open evening falls behind. The air becomes still. The ground beneath the steady feet is flatter now, more familiar. The outside world no longer surrounds you. You have been brought in. Nothing from the road is asking you to return. The day is on the other side of the door. You do not have to go back for anything. Whatever was left there can remain there. A word, a mistake, a worry, an unfinished duty. They are not part of what is being carried into this room. Only you are being brought inside. Only the breathing body. Only the weary heart. Only the mind that has done enough. The carrier bends slowly. There is no sudden loss of support. One arm remains secure beneath you while the other finds the place prepared for your body. You are lowered with the same attention that lifted you. You do not fall. You are placed. The surface beneath you receives your weight gradually, first one part, then another. The support beneath you changes, but it does not disappear. The strong back that brought you home gives your weight to something broad and quiet, something that does not need to move, something that can remain beneath you for hours. Your body may still expect to keep holding itself up. It may keep the shoulders slightly raised. It may keep the legs ready. It may keep the hands half curled as though the road could beg, "In again." There is no road now. You have arrived. The day cannot ask your feet to return to it. You can let the surface beneath you take what the carrier held. Your head can be supported. Your back can be supported. The full length of your legs can be supported. No part of you has to remain above the place receiving it. The one who carried you does not leave immediately. Their presence remains near enough that your body does not have to wonder whether the care ended at the doorway. A hand may rest close to your shoulder, not pressing, not asking, only reminding you that the one who brought you this far has not vanished. You do not need to open your eyes to check. You can feel that someone remains near. The nearness asks nothing. It does not begin a conversation. It does not request gratitude. It does not need you to describe the road. It stays until your body understands that there is nowhere else to go. You are home for this night. The road is finished. The carrying is finished. Your effort is finished. The care is not. Care remains after effort ends. It does not disappear when you become quiet. It does not need your participation to continue. You may feel the surface beneath you holding the shape of your body. It does not ask you to become smaller. It does not ask you to arrange yourself perfectly. It does not reject the part of you that still feels tense. You can arrive unevenly. One shoulder may settle before the other. One leg may become heavy while the other remains alert. The jaw may hold on after the hands loosen. Nothing has to release in the proper order. The body can learn the room at its own pace. You are not being rushed into peace. You are being given time inside safety. The difference is important. Peace cannot be demanded. Safety can be offered again and again until the body begins to believe what the room has been saying. No more walking, no more answering, no more carrying the day upright. You are here. You may imagine the strong figure who brought you home remaining beside you, not watching in a way that keeps you alert, not guarding you with fear, only staying near enough that you do not have to carry the night alone. Their breathing is calm. Their strength is no longer moving along the road. It has become still beside you. The same strength that carried you now makes room for you to become quiet. You can hear no impatience in it, no demand that you fall asleep quickly, no disappointment if your eyes open again. You are not a task to be completed. You are someone being cared for. There is nothing you need to achieve inside this care. You do not have to relax deeply enough. You do not have to reach a particular state. You do not have to make the mind blank. You can remain exactly where you are and still be received. This is the moment when the meaning of the journey becomes clear. The raw. Be home was never asking you to prove that you could finish. It was revealing that you did not have to. You were not carried because you had no strength at all. You were carried because the strength you had already given was enough. The remaining distance did not need to become another test. The remaining weight did not need to stay on you. Let this line come close without forcing you to believe it all at once. I am carried past today's remaining weight. You do not need to say it loudly. You do not need to feel anything special. The words can lie beside you like a quiet covering. I am carried past today's remaining weight. The sentence does not deny what happened. It does not pretend the road was easy. It does not erase what still waits beyond these walls. It only tells the truth about this hour. What remains does not have to remain on you. One more time, as though the words are spoken by someone who knows how far you have come. I am carried past today's remaining weight. You can let the sentence stay. You can let it repeat without effort. It does not ask you to carry even its meaning. The words can do their own quiet work. I am carried past today's weight, carried farther, carried home. You may not fully believe that anything can carry you. Perhaps life has required you to become your own support too many times. Perhaps the help you once trusted did not remain. Perhaps you have heard beautiful words before and then been left with the same responsibilities. That resistance deserves respect. It is not stubbornness. It is memory. A heart that has been disappointed does not open because it is ordered to. It opens when nothing harms it for long enough. You do not need full trust now. You can choose a smaller willingness. I am willing to stop carrying this moment alone. That is enough. You do not have to believe that every burden will be shared. You do not have to believe that help will always arrive. You only need to let this single moment be different. this moment can meet a surface beneath you. This breath can arrive without being controlled. This thought can appear without becoming a task. This small part of the night can hold you. You can be willing to stop carrying only this moment. Then another moment may come. You can decide again. No promise about the entire night is required. Only now. Only this breath. Only this part of your weight. There may still be a question moving through your mind. What about tomorrow? What about the unfinished work? What about the person who needs an answer? What about the problem that will still exist? Those questions belong to a different part of the road. They are not inside this room. They may wait outside the door without being harmed. Morning will know how to open that door. You do not need to stand beside it all night. Nothing responsible is lost by becoming unavailable for a while. You are not neglecting tomorrow. You are returning tomorrow's caregiver to themselves. You are protecting the person who will need to meet the next day. The person who wakes deserves to receive something from these hours, not perfection, not endless energy, a little space, a little steadiness, a body that was not forced through every available minute, a mind that was permitted to stop making decisions. This is one way you care for tomorrow without entering it early. You let this night remain separate. You let morning stay beyond the wall. You stop rehearsing its demands. You stop spending energy that belongs to a day that has not begun. Tomorrow does not need you yet. The people in it do not need you yet. The tasks in it do not need you yet. They will find you when the light returns. For now, you are the one being found. You are the one brought home. You are the one whose steps have ended. You are the one lying within care. You may hear that and feel undeserving. The mind may bring up every moment when you were impatient, distracted, or less generous than you wanted to be. It may suggest that care belongs to a better version of you. Care is not reserved for your best version. It is often most necessary for the version who has nothing polished to offer. The one who is irritable. The one who does not want conversation. The one who feels empty. The one who cannot produce gratitude. The one who wants only to turn away from the world. That version does not need correction before comfort. They need to know they are still welcome home. You are still welcome. No part of your day has canceled that welcome. No unfinished duty has locked the door. No mistake has removed the place prepared for you. No difficult feeling makes you unfit to be carried. You can be loved without being impressive. You can be supported without being cheerful. You can be received without presenting a better face. The person who brought you home did not ask what you accomplished before lifting you. They saw your condition. That was enough. You had reached your limit. That was enough. You could not continue in the same way. That was enough. Need can be enough. The world may have taught you otherwise. It may have taught you to package need as usefulness, to earn help by being agreeable, to show pain only after proving you tried everything alone. Inside this room, that lesson can become quiet. You do not have to earn the support beneath you. The surface is not keeping score. The steady presence nearby is not asking what you will give tomorrow. The darkness is not measuring your productivity. You can receive because you are here, because your body has weight, because your eyes are weary, because the long road is behind you. You may feel one more layer of effort trying to remain. The effort to stay emotionally composed. The effort to avoid needing too much. The effort to appear fine even within your own thoughts. You can let that effort become unnecessary. No one here needs you to be fine. You can be relieved. You can be sad. You can feel nothing. You can be grateful and still ache. You can feel cared for and still remember loneliness. The heart can contain more than one truth. You do not need to choose the correct feeling. The one that is present can remain without explanation. You are not being examined. You are being accompanied. The difference settles through the body slowly. An examined body stays alert. An accompanied body can become heavy. An examined mind searches for the right answer. An accompanied mind can lose the question. You do not have to give the night a report. You can let it know you through your breathing, through the way your shoulders begin to lower, through the weight of your head, through the silence of your hands. That is communication enough. The strong figure near you understands. They do not need language to know that you have carried too much. They know because they felt the weight when they lifted you. They know because they walk the distance beneath it. They know because your body became heavier as trust increased. Your weight did not surprise them. It did not offend them. It did not make them turn back. They carried what was real. This can become another truth beside you. You do not have to hide the full weight of your life from every form of love. Some love is strong enough to know. Some love is quiet enough not to make your need about itself. Some love does not require you to apologize for being human. You may not know where that love will come from tomorrow. Do not solve that now. For these hours, let the image remain. The dusk road, the strong back, the steady steps, the doorway crossed, the place beneath you, the presence that stays. Nothing more is needed. You have come far enough. The final distance was carried for you. The room has received you. Your body can begin to understand. The road has ended. The road has ended. The road has ended. You do not have to rise again tonight. You do not have to return for anything. The daylight version of you has completed their part. The one here now can become quiet. You can let the sentence return once more in a smaller form. Carried past the weight, carried beyond effort, carried into stillness, carried all the way home. Even if only one part of you accepts this, let that part be enough. It may be no larger than one unclenched finger, one lowered shoulder, one breath that leaves without being held, one moment in which you stop arguing with your need. That small acceptance is enough to begin. You are not asked to release everything at once. You are only invited to stop lifting what is already beneath you. The surface is carrying your back. The room is carrying the silence. The night is carrying the hours. Another strength carried the final road. You do not need to carry what is already being carried. Let that be the last task you refuse. You will not lift the surface beneath you. You will not hold the room in place. You will not pull the darkness across the sky. You will not move morning closer. These things continue without your effort. Let yourself belong among them. A life continuing without strain. A body supported. A mind no longer required to lead. A heart permitted to be quiet. The presence beside you remains for a little longer, near enough, steady enough. No words are necessary now. The care has already spoken through every step. It said you did not have to finish alone. It said your limits were believed. It said your full weight could be known. It said the road could continue beneath another strength. It said you were worth bringing home. You do not have to answer. Your silence is received. Your heaviness is received. Your drifting is received. The final work of this moment is not work at all. It is letting the place beneath you remain beneath you. It is letting the road stay finished. It is letting the care be complete without repayment. You are here. You were carried. The day cannot take you back. The room asks nothing from your body now. It does not ask your face to look calm. It does not ask your chest to breathe in a special way. It does not ask your hands to become still before they are ready. Each part of you can arrive at quiet in its own time. The strong presence that brought you home remains close enough for your body to stop guarding the doorway. Nothing is approaching. No new request is entering. No voice is waiting for you to rise. You can begin at the place where the day often stays the longest, the space behind your forehead. That small inner room where plans repeat, conversations return, and tomorrow tries to enter before it has been invited. Your forehead has worked all day. It tightened when you concentrated. It lifted when you tried to understand. It drew inward when you worried. It carried the effort of looking composed when something inside you felt uncertain. Thank that part of you. It tried to help you see clearly. It tried to keep you prepared. It tried to find a way through every problem. It does not have to find one now. Let the forehead stop reaching for an answer. Let the skin above your eyes become smooth in its own time. Nothing needs to be figured out before morning. Your eyebrows can lose their careful shape. They do not have to show concern. They do not have to hold surprise. Time 1.5s. They do not have to protect anyone from knowing how much the day required. Let them become ordinary. Let them become quiet. Your eyes have taken in more than you remember. Faces, screens, rooms, movement, expressions you tried to read, details you could not afford to miss. Your eyes followed what mattered to other people. They stayed open through moments when they wanted to close. They kept watching because watching felt responsible. Thank them for every hour they gave you. They do not need to watch now. The lids can become heavier without being pushed. The small muscles around the eyes can stop searching. Nothing in this room needs to be checked. Nothing in the darkness needs to be understood. Let the eyes be off duty. Your cheeks may still carry the expression you wore for others, the polite expression, the reassuring expression, the face that said everything was manageable. You no longer need to keep that face in place. Your cheeks can become loose. They can stop lifting. They can stop containing. They can return to the simple weight of themselves. No one is studying you. No one is asking whether you are all right. You do not need to answer with your face. Let it be unguarded. Your jaw may have been working even when you said nothing. It may have pressed through frustration. It may have tightened around words you chose not to speak. It may have stayed firm so your voice would not tremble. It may have held the sentence you wanted someone else to understand without your having to say it. Thank your jaw for helping you remain composed. It can stop now. Your teeth do not need to meet. Your tongue does not need to prepare a reply. The space inside your mouth can widen by the smallest amount. The jaw can become heavier. It can leave the day where the day belongs. You do not have to swallow one more feeling. Your lips have formed enough words. They have reassured enough people. They have answered enough questions. They have smiled when smiling required effort. They have remained closed when silence seemed safer. Thank them. They do not need to shape another sentence. Your mouth can become quiet. No explanation is expected. No apology is needed. No promise needs be made. Let the lips rest together without effort. Let the whole lower face become peaceful in the way that is available to it. Your throat has carried much more than sound. It has carried the words you said. It has carried the ones you stopped. It has tightened around tears. It has held fear low enough that you could continue speaking. It has opened for other people's names again and again. Thank your throat for every truth it carried and every truth it protected until a safer time. It does not have to open now. It does not have to remain closed. It can be neutral. It can be free from the work of expression. The next words can wait for daylight. Let the throat know that silence is safe here. Your neck has held your head through every hour. It turned toward the person speaking. It bent toward the work. It stayed upright when weariness pulled downward. It may have felt forgotten while carrying the weight of thought after thought. Thank your neck for its patience. It no longer has to keep you prepared. The place beneath your head is doing the work now. Your neck can give back a little weight, then a little more. Let the muscles along the sides become less responsible. Let the back of the neck lengthen without effort. You do not have to hold your head above support. You can let support come all the way up to meet you. Your shoulders have been loyal to every burden. They rose when you became alert. They drew forward when you protected your heart. They stayed firm when you believed falling apart would make things harder for everyone. They carried bags, work, tension, expectation, and the invisible pressure to remain dependable. Thank your shoulders. They have done enough. The left shoulder does not need to keep watch. Let it lower. The right shoulder does not need to stay ready. Let it lower. They do not need to become perfectly even. They only need to stop reaching upward. The road is finished. No load is being placed there now. Let the shoulders widen into the surface beneath you. Let them be broad without carrying. Let them be heavy without guilt. Your upper arms have lifted what needed lifting. They have reached toward people. They have moved through tasks. They have drawn others close. They have kept distance when distance was necessary. They have held things longer than was comfortable because putting them down seemed inconvenient. Thank your upper arms. Their strength is not being questioned. They do not need to prove it. The muscles can become loose around the bones. The weight of each arm can move downward. Nothing is slipping away. Nothing needs to be caught. Let the upper arms be supported. Your elbows have bent and straightened through countless ordinary acts. They have helped you carry, open, close, prepare, clean, write, lift, and reach. No one usually thanks the elbows. Thank them now. They can stop making angles for the day. They can settle where they are. The surface beneath you can receive their small weight. Your forearms have held themselves above tables, screens, sinks, counters, and all the places where the day continued through your hands. They can become quiet now. No tool is waiting. No message is being written. No object needs to be moved. Let both forearms surrender their effort. Your wrists have adjusted to everything your hands were asked to do. They have turned keys, opened doors, carried cups, moved through work no one may remember tomorrow. Thank them for their flexibility. They do not need to bend toward another responsibility. Let them become neutral. Let them lie without purpose. Your hands may find it difficult to stop. They are used to helping, used to arranging, used to reaching, used to touching a screen when the mind becomes uncertain, used to checking whether everything is where it should be. Your hands have been the visible part of so much invisible love. They prepared, cleaned, comforted, worked, held, released, protected. Thank them for the care they made real. They do not need to do anything now. The palms can become warm and open. The fingers can uncurl at their own pace. The thumbs do not need to press. The spaces between the fingers can remain empty. Nothing is missing from them. They are not failing because they are empty. Empty hands can receive. Let the left hand stop reaching into tomorrow. Let the right hand stop holding today. In point fives, both can lie here, free. Your chest has carried the rhythm of your life through every demand. It rose while you hurried. It tightened when you waited. It stayed quiet when you wanted someone to hear what was happening inside you. It made room for laughter, worry, tenderness, disappointment, and every breath that helped you reach this room. Thank your chest. It does not need to become very open. It does not need to take the deepest possible breath. It can move as little as it wants. Your breathing does not need to impress you. It only needs to continue. Let each breath arrive without being pulled. Let each breath leave without being kept. The chest can stop performing calm. It can simply be a chest breathing in darkness. Your heart has worked through every kind of feeling. It continued through moments of love. It continued through moments of anger. It continued when you felt close to others. It continued when you felt alone among them. It continued when you were thanked. It continued when no one saw what you gave. Thank your heart for staying. It does not need to carry every person at once. It does not need to keep everyone safe through the night. It does not need to solve the distance between you and anyone else. Let the heart belong to your own body for these hours. Let it beat without assignment. Let it be a living rhythm, not a place where every burden gathers. Your ribs have protected that rhythm all day. They have expanded and closed around every breath. They can become less guarded. The muscles between them can stop preparing. Nothing is pressing toward you. Nothing is asking you to become larger. Let the ribs move only as much as the next breath requires. Your upper back has worked quietly beneath your responsibilities. It may have tightened while you sat. It may have remained firm while you stood. It may have carried the shape of concentration long after concentration ended. Thank the upper back. It can stop supporting the day. The surface beneath you is wider than the burdens you carried. Let the area behind the heart become heavy. Let the shoulder blades move away from one another by the smallest amount. They do not have to form armor. The room is not asking for armor. Your middle back has adjusted to every chair, every movement, every hour spent in a position you could not leave. It can become broad. It can stop helping you look capable. Let it meet support completely. Your lower back may have carried what the rest of you could not name. Pressure often settles there. Responsibility often becomes a dull ache there. The effort of staying upright can gather there even when no one sees it. Thank your lower back for keeping you moving. It is no longer responsible for holding the whole body above the earth. Let it descend. Not through force, through permission to stop lifting. The surface beneath you is ready for its true weight. Let the lower back be received. Your stomach has responded to everything. Meals delayed, worry swallowed, tension carried, comfort wanted, words that were hard to digest, moments when you had to keep functioning while something inside you turned unsettled. Thank your stomach for trying to process more than food. It does not have to solve emotion now. It does not have to become flat or still. It can be exactly as it is. Let the muscles around it stop drawing inward. You do not have to protect yourself by becoming smaller. The belly can rise. The belly can fall. Nothing else is required. Your sides can widen into the room. Your waist does not need to remain firm. Your whole middle can be unprotected for a while. You have been brought home. Your hips have carried your balance. They turned you toward what needed doing. They supported every step along the long road of the day. They helped you sit, stand, bend, rise, and keep moving when your energy was low. Thank your hips. They do not need to direct another step. The left hip can become heavy. The right hip can become heavy. They do not have to hold the body in a ready position. Let them sink toward support. Let the place at the center of you stop preparing to move. Your seat and pelvis have borne the simple weight of being human all day. They have supported you through long periods of sitting and standing. They have carried strain that may never have become words. Let that whole area be unobserved. There is nothing to correct, nothing to judge, nothing to improve. Let it be supported without attention. Your thighs have done powerful work. They lifted you from chairs, moved you through rooms, took you along paths, held you steady while your mind was elsewhere. They kept going through the last part of the day because you asked them to. Thank your thighs for their strength. Strength can become quiet without disappearing. The muscles can loosen around the bones. The front of each thigh can stop bracing. The back of each thigh can grow heavier. You are not preparing to stand. Let both legs know that. Your knees have carried you through every change of level. They bent when the road asked. They straightened when you had to continue. They may have felt every step more clearly than you realized. Thank your knees. No next step is waiting. The left knee can be still. The right knee can be still. They do not need to lock. They do not need to support. Let them rest inside the shape they have chosen. Your lower legs carried the final distance before another strength took over. They may still remember the motion. They may still hold the faint feeling that they must continue walking. Tell them the road has ended. Not loudly, only through stillness. The left calf can release the road. The right calf can release the road. The shins do not need to move forward. The ankles do not need to balance you. The whole lower leg can become quiet. Your ankles have made countless small adjustments to keep you upright. They responded to every change beneath your feet. Thank them. The ground is no longer moving. No balance is required. Let the ankles become loose. Your feet have carried you farther than you often realize. Across familiar rooms, across difficult moments, toward people who needed you, away from places that had become too much. through the visible distance and the invisible one. Thank your feet for every step. They did not fail when they could go no farther. They told the truth. That truth made room for you to be lifted. Now the souls do not have to meet the road. The heels can become heavy. The arches can stop holding. The toes can lose their grip. Nothing needs to be reached. Nothing needs to be escaped. Your feet are home. Your whole body is home. From the forehead to the toes, you have been heard. No area was asked to become different before receiving care. No area was blamed for holding tension. Every part was trying to help you continue. Now every part can be thanked for stopping. There may still be places that remain awake, a shoulder, the stomach, the jaw, the mind. You do not need to return and fix them. They heard the message. They can respond later. The body does not need to release all at once for the night to be kind. One place may remain guarded while another becomes heavy. One thought may remain clear while the limbs begin to drift. This is enough. The person who carried you home would not lift you again and place you back on the road because one muscle stayed tense. You are not sent away from care because calm is incomplete. You remain here, supported, unhurried. The room grows quieter around the shape of you. The strong figure near you no longer needs to speak. Their work has already been done. They found you at the end of your strength. They lowered themselves. They received your full weight. They crossed the darkening road. They brought you through the doorway. Now they trust the place beneath you. You can trust it by one small degree. You do not have to keep checking whether your whole body is supported. It is. The back of the head, the shoulders, the spine, the hips, the legs, the heels. All of you has somewhere to be. You do not have to suspend any part in the air. Let the body become one shape, not separate duties, not separate problems, one human form that has finished its day. There is a quiet moment here for the person listening who wants to disappear into sleep now. You do not need to stay awake for the rest of these words. You do not need to hear how the night ends. Let the voice become farther away whenever your body is ready. And if this hour has given you comfort, you can leave a small word tomorrow after you wake. Not now. Nothing needs to be typed now. Morning is soon enough. For this moment, keep your hands empty. Keep your eyes closed. Let tomorrow receive the comment. Let this night receive you. The body has no more tasks. The invitation has passed. Nothing else is expected. You can drift without missing anything meant for you. The deepest parts of this message do not depend on your attention. You do not need to memorize them. You do not need to remember the exact words when morning comes. It is enough that your body eared kindness. It is enough that your limits were believed. It is enough that no one asked you to walk farther. The journey home is complete. The road cannot reach beneath you. The stones cannot ask for another step. The fading light cannot call you back. You are inside. You are down. You are supported. The breath can become smaller. The mouth can remain quiet. The hands can remain empty. The legs can forget the road. There is no need to hold yourself at the edge of sleep. You do not have to decide when to cross. You can move toward it without knowing. Half a thought, half a breath, half a memory, then less. The carrier has already brought you through the part that required strength. What follows does not require strength. It asks for no effort, no bravery, no explanation, no improvement. The body can become heavier than the day. The room can become larger than the thoughts. The silence can become deeper than the questions. You do not have to follow every word now. You can lose the thread. You can forget where the sentence began. You can let meaning dissolve before it reaches the end. Nothing important will be lost. You are not being taught. You are being accompanied. The voice can remain near while awareness moves farther away, near enough to comfort, far enough not to require a response. The body has been thanked. The road has ended. The remaining hours know what to do. You can become quiet now, quieter, heavier, farther from effort, closer to home, already home. Awareness no longer needs to follow the voice. The words can move beside you without asking to be understood. They can pass like the last faint sounds from the road after the door has closed. You do not need to turn toward them. You do not need to keep their order. The body has already heard what it needed. It heard that the road ended. It heard that another strength carried the final distance. It heard that no one would ask it to stand again. Now the message can become quieter than meaning. You may still know where you are for a little while. You may feel the surface beneath you. You may hear a distant sound in the room. A thought may rise and ask whether you are close to sleep. You do not need to answer. There is no need to measure closeness. You are not moving toward a finish line. You are moving away from effort. The difference is kind. A finish line asks you to arrive. This hour lets you disappear from the work of arriving. Nothing is chasing you. Nothing is waiting at the end with a question. The strong figure who brought you home has made sure the way back is closed for the night. The road remains outside. Its dust cannot reach you. Its turns no longer need to be remembered. You are not walking in your thoughts now. Even if the mind shows you a familiar place, your feet remain still. Even if tomorrow appears for a moment, you do not have to enter it. Images may come and go without becoming journeys. The body stays here. The head stays supported. The back stays received. The legs remain free from distance. You have no farther to go. Let those words become smaller inside you. No farther, no next step, no road beneath you. You were lifted before the last of your strength was taken. You were carried while the light faded. You were brought through the doorway without being asked to wake fully. You were lowered into a place that knew how to receive you. That care is complete. You do not need to improve it by staying aware. You do not need to protect it by remembering every part. You can forget the road. You can forget the carrier's steps. You can forget the exact moment the doorway was crossed. The body remembers enough. It remembers the secure arms beneath your legs. It remembers the steady back beneath your chest. It remembers that your full weight did not cause the care to disappear. That knowing can sink below thought. It can become a quiet message carried into the deeper hours. My weight can be received. My need can be known. I do not have to finish alone. These words do not have to become beliefs all at once. They can remain possibilities. A possibility is enough for the body to stop defending against every form of help. Tomorrow you may still do many things yourself. People may still look toward you for steadiness. The familiar role may return with the light. That does not need to happen now. The night has separated you from that role. The one who answers can sleep. The one who organizes can sleep. The one who worries ahead can sleep. The one who remembers for everyone can sleep. The one who keeps peace can sleep. The one who tries not to disappoint anyone can sleep. Each part has been brought inside. None has been left on the road. You do not have to gather them. They are already here, becoming quiet in their own way. The responsible part may still be near the door. Let it sit down. The watchful part may still be listening. Let it listen from a place of support. The lonely part may still wonder whether anyone will remain. Let it feel the steady presence beside you. The part that expects to be needed may still keep one hand ready. Let that hand grow heavy. No part of you needs to be forced into silence. Each part can be included until it no longer needs to speak. This is how the night becomes spacious, not by removing you from yourself, by giving every part somewhere to lie down. There is room for the one who managed the day. There is room for the one who wanted to escape it. There is room for the one who loved. There is room for the one who felt empty. There is room for the one who kept going. There is room for the one who could not take another step. They do not have to argue anymore. The same care receives them all. You can let the breathing become whatever it becomes. A longer breath may come, then a smaller one. There may be a pause you did not create. then another quiet beginning. You do not have to follow. The body knows how to continue without supervision. It has carried out this rhythm since before you knew the word for breath. It does not need instructions from the weary mind. You can let breathing belong to the body. You can let darkness belong to the room. You can let time belong to the night. You can let tomorrow belong to morning. Nothing has to belong to your effort now. The hours ahead are not empty. They hold the slow return of what the day used. They hold stillness around the mind's sharp edges. They hold the possibility that what feels impossible now may look smaller after light returns. You do not need to make that happen. The night does not ask for assistance. It moves at its own pace. Minutes pass without being pushed. The body changes without being watched. Thoughts loosen without being defeated. Awareness becomes thinner at the edges. You may begin to lose the difference between one sentence and the next. That is welcome. You can miss a word. You can miss many. You can leave before the voice becomes silent. Nothing will be unfinished because you stopped listening. The message is not waiting for your attention. It is staying near while attention fades. Your eyelids may feel farther from the world now. The face beneath them may have less to express. The tongue may rest without preparing language. The hands may no longer remember what they held. The feet may no longer remember the shape of the road. You do not need to check. For a while you may drift close to a dream and return. A place may appear that has no connection to the day. A voice may become another sound. A memory may lose its name. Let the mind move in this unfinished way. It is no longer writing a report. It is letting fragments pass. Some will remain, some will disappear. You do not have to choose. The person who carried you did not ask you to remain awake during the journey. They knew that half sleep was part of coming home. They knew that forgetting the road was not ingratitude. You are not required to witness your own care for it to be real. You can receive while unconscious. You can be supported without offering anything back. You can be loved in the hours when you have no words, no smile, no usefulness, and no awareness of being loved. Care does not become less true because you are no longer awake to confirm it. Let that truth move deeper. You are not responsible for keeping care alive. You do not have to watch over the one watching over you. You do not have to make sure the support remains strong. The back beneath you was steady. The arms beneath you knew their work. The surface beneath you is broad enough. The night can keep its own promise. You can stop checking. Gee, there may still be one final place within you trying to stand. A small place that believes surrender will create danger. Do not push it down. Let it look around. The door is closed. The road is outside. The room is still. The body is supported. No demand is approaching. Let that place see the evidence. Then let it choose only one small movement toward ease. Not complete surrender, 1 degree less effort, 1 finger no longer curled, 1 tooth no longer pressed against another, 1 thought not followed to its end. That is enough. The deepest quiet is built from small moments in which nothing bad happens when you stop trying. This moment can be one of them. Nothing bad happens when the shoulder lowers. Nothing bad happens when the hand stays empty. Nothing bad happens when the mind leaves a question unfinished. Nothing bad happens when you do not prepare for morning. You remain here. You remain received. The body can learn from that. It can learn without words. It can learn through the simple fact that support continues. Another minute, another breath, another stretch of darkness. Still supported, still not needed, still home. The reign of quiet can begin now. Not rain from a sky you must imagine. Only short truths falling one by one through the mind, each small enough to disappear without effort. You do not need to repeat them. You do not need to keep them. Let each one arrive and pass. I can stop carrying this day. I can leave the final distance behind. I receive the support beneath me. I do not need another answer. I do not need another step. I can be quiet without apology. I can be cared for while weary. I can let my full weight settle. I can trust one moment at a time. I can leave tomorrow unopened. I can stop watching the doorway. I can loosen without losing myself. I can receive without repayment. I can be loved without performing. I can remain unfinished and still lie down. I can let the road stay outside. I can let my hands be empty. I can let my thoughts become incomplete. I can let my body choose its pace. I can stop measuring the night. I can drift without missing anything. I can be carried beyond effort. I can return to myself slowly. I can leave the questions unanswered. I can let another strength be enough. I can and accept this quiet support. I am no longer walking. I am not on duty. I am free from distance. I am received here. I am carried home. I am becoming quiet. I am growing heavier. I am leaving effort. I am inside now. I am supported. I am unhurried. I am cared for. I am carried. I am home. I can release. I can soften. I drift deeper. I grow quiet. I let go. I stay down. I receive. I trust. I am safe. I am still. I rest now. The last words can become farther apart. There is no need to hold their meaning. I am carried. I am home. The voice is not asking you to return. It is moving away with the road. The strong presence beside you can fade from an image into a feeling. The feeling can fade into warmth. The warmth can become something you no longer need to identify. You are not losing it. It is becoming part of the night. The vow can come now, not as a promise you must work to keep, but as the simplest truth of this journey. I let stronger arms carry me home. Let it remain whole for one breath. The words may already feel far away. That is all right. You do not have to say them again. The vow has been made inside the image. Your feet stopped. The carrier lowered themselves. Your arms reached. Your weight was received. The road continued beneath another strength. The door opened. You were brought inside. The surface met you. Nothing more is needed. You can let the story dissolve from the end toward the beginning. The room becomes dim. The doorway becomes distant. The final steps lose their sound. The road disappears into dusk. Only support remains. Then even the word support can fade. There is the body. There is the dark. There is no demand. A thought may come without a name. Let it pass. A sound may reach you without meaning. Let it pass. A small movement may happen in the body. Let it pass. Nothing needs to become a problem. Nothing needs to be remembered. The day cannot be changed from here. It also cannot continue asking from here. Its reach has ended. You are beyond the place where effort can improve anything. The wisest movement is no movement. The kindest answer is silence. The next hour does not need a conscious guide. You can become absent from the work of your own life for a while. Life will remain. Breath will remain. The room will remain. Morning will find its own way to the door. You do not need to bring it. The person you will be after these hours is not asking you to stay awake on their behalf. They are asking for whatever renewal the night can offer. Give them this absence. Give them these empty hands. Give them a mind that no longer has to solve. Give them the chance to wake without having carried tomorrow through the dark. You are caring for that future person by disappearing into quiet now. No ceremony is needed. No final thought must be perfect. You can leave in the middle of a sentence. You can cross without recognizing the crossing. You can be here, then elsewhere, without effort. The road home passed in half sleep. The last passage can too. You may feel the weight of the blanket, the air against your face, or the quiet beneath the voice. Soon even these may blend. You do not have to know which sensation was the last one you noticed. You do not have to witness the moment awareness closes. Let the body become more distant from thought. Let the mind become less interested in time. Let time become less interested in you. The hours can move around your stillness. Nothing in you needs to move with them. You were the one who tended everyone. You were the one who kept the day moving. You were the one who carried what others placed in your hands. That role is sleeping now. It has been laid down without being lost. When morning comes, you can decide what belongs in your hands again. Not now. Now the hands remain empty, the shoulders remain free, the feet remain home, the eyes remain closed, the road remains finished, the care remains complete. There is no unfinished journey beneath this darkness. You were carried all the way. You can let that be the final knowing. All the way. No last effort. No lonely step. No need to prove. Only the strong back. Only the steady pace. Only the doorway. Only home. Now less. Steady. Quiet. Home. The voice can become a murmur beyond your need to understand. The room can become larger than the voice. The dark can become larger than the room. You can become smaller inside the dark, not diminished, only free from the shape you had to hold all day. No face to arrange, no answer to prepare, no role to fill. Only a living body within hours that ask nothing. The breath continues. The heart continues. The world continues. You do not need to continue consciously. Let consciousness become thin. Let it become light. Let it loosen from the day. You are not falling away from anything that needs you now. You are moving into the care that has been waiting beneath all your effort. No more walking, no more guarding, no more carrying. The last footstep is already behind you. Your weight is no longer yours alone. Your journey is no longer asking for strength. You can go. Rest now. Morning will be kind. The last footstep fades and you drift beyond it.